Have you ever wished you could transform those soul-crushing moments of embarrassment into a source of strength? Imagine if every awkward or cringeworthy experience could become a stepping stone toward a more confident, authentic you. In today's video, we explore the ancient Stoic wisdom that empowers you to never feel embarrassed again. Drawing on timeless teachings and practical strategies, we'll uncover how to detach from the weight of others' judgments and reframe every setback as an opportunity for growth. Whether it's questioning society's outdated rules or learning to forgive yourself for mistakes, this journey will show you how to embrace your true self, unafraid, unapologetic, and resilient. Stay tuned as we reveal how the power of Stoicism can help you rewrite your story and live boldly on your own terms. Embarrassment is not something we are born with. In our earliest moments as newborns, we experience the world without the burden of self-consciousness. There is no blush, no desire to hide. Over time, however, society, with its unwritten rules and expectations, begins to shape our emotional responses. Cultural norms and the opinions of others layer on us a set of shoulds and should-nots, which eventually become our internal guidelines for what is acceptable. From a young age, we learn that certain actions or words may invite ridicule or judgment. These lessons are passed down through family, friends, and the broader society, forming a mental blueprint that defines embarrassment. But here's the catch. These blueprints are not immutable truths. They are constructs, arbitrary standards that may not align with your true self. I remember my early days in school, when a simple mistake like mispronouncing a word would send me into a spiral of self-doubt. I replayed that moment over and over, worrying about how others perceived me. It wasn't until I began exploring Stoic philosophy that I realized the power of these cultural blueprints and, more importantly, how to detach from them. I learned that the sting of embarrassment is less about the event and more about the internal narrative we create around it. Central to Stoic philosophy is the idea that it isn't the event itself that causes our distress, but our interpretation of that event. Marcus Aurelius and other Stoics taught that our judgments determine our emotions. If we can change the lens through which we view our experiences, we can transform our reactions. When you feel embarrassed, ask yourself, why do I feel this way? Is it because I truly did something wrong, or because I fear the judgment of others? This reflective question is the first step toward freeing yourself from the weight of embarrassment. The Stoic approach is to reframe these moments not as indicators of personal failure, but as opportunities for growth and learning. Imagine you accidentally spill coffee during an important meeting. Your immediate reaction might be a surge of shame and a desperate wish to disappear. But by applying a Stoic mindset, you can reframe the incident. Perhaps view it as a humorous human moment, rather than a catastrophe. In doing so, you reduce the intensity of your embarrassment and allow yourself to move forward with clarity and self-compassion. I once made a public mistake during a presentation, a miscalculation in my data that led to a momentary lapse in confidence. Initially, I was mortified, replaying the error in my mind repeatedly. However, by pausing and re-evaluating my reaction, I began to see that the mistake did not define me. I used it as a learning opportunity, refining my presentation for future audiences. This shift in perception allowed me to embrace my imperfections and build resilience, teaching me that every embarrassing moment carries the seed of personal growth. One of the most powerful lessons from Stoicism is that true strength comes from within. When you let go of the constant need for external validation, you free yourself to live authentically. Mentally strong people understand that their worth is not determined by the fleeting opinions of others, but by their commitment to their own values and principles. When you constantly seek approval, you become a prisoner of other people's judgments. Your self-esteem is then at the mercy of opinions that can change in an instant. By shifting your focus inward, you learn to value your own judgment and live in accordance with your true self. For many years, I struggled with the need to fit in, modifying my behavior and suppressing my true thoughts to avoid judgment. This relentless pursuit of approval left me feeling disconnected from my authentic self. It was only when I embraced Stoic teachings that I realized that my value does not depend on external validation. I learned to appreciate my own insights and trust my inner voice, which not only boosted my confidence, but also allowed me to form deeper, more meaningful connections with others. Embarrassment often lingers because we fail to forgive ourselves for our mistakes. The Stoics recognized that clinging to past errors only hinders personal growth. Forgiveness, both of others and oneself, is a crucial step toward emotional freedom. Rather than replaying a moment of embarrassment over and over, Stoicism encourages you to view mistakes as natural, inevitable aspects of the human experience. What matters most is not the error itself, but what you learn from it. By forgiving yourself, you free up energy that would otherwise be wasted on regret, allowing you to invest that energy into positive change. After a particularly embarrassing incident where I misjudged a situation and said something I immediately regretted, I found myself stuck in a loop of self-criticism. It was only when I embraced the Stoic practice of self-forgiveness that I began to see the event as a valuable lesson rather than a defining moment of failure. This shift in mindset not only eased my self-imposed punishment, but also helped me develop greater resilience and empathy, both for myself and for others. Mentally strong people don't allow embarrassment to paralyze them. Instead, they use it as fuel for growth. Stoicism teaches us that every moment of discomfort is an opportunity to build resilience, to learn how to dance in the rain rather than cower in the storm. When confronted with embarrassment, instead of sinking into self-pity, mentally strong individuals choose to channel their energy into constructive actions. They reframe the situation, extract the lesson, and move forward with greater clarity and confidence. This active response, grounded in Stoic wisdom, empowers you to reclaim your narrative and live boldly, regardless of what others think. Consider a scenario where you laugh louder than everyone else at a joke, drawing unwanted attention. While the immediate instinct might be to hide or apologize profusely, a Stoic approach would be to simply acknowledge the moment with a light-hearted acceptance. Recognize that your laughter is a genuine expression of joy, not a flaw to be embarrassed by. This mindset shift allows you to embrace your natural self and turn a potentially awkward moment into a testament to your authenticity. I once attended a social gathering where, in a burst of uninhibited joy, I laughed a bit too loudly at a joke. Initially, I felt my cheeks burn with embarrassment, worrying that I had drawn too much attention to myself. However, as I reflected on that moment later, I realized that my genuine laughter was a sign of my unfiltered happiness, something I had been suppressing for fear of judgment. Embracing that lesson, I learned to see my authentic expressions as strengths rather than weaknesses. This experience reinforced the idea that our unique reactions, even when they defy social norms, are valuable expressions of who we truly are. Change is an inevitable part of life, and it is often accompanied by moments of vulnerability and embarrassment. However, the Stoic mindset teaches us to embrace change as an opportunity for growth. Mentally strong individuals understand that every setback or awkward moment is a chance to learn, adapt, and ultimately strengthen their character. According to Stoicism, every challenge, no matter how embarrassing it may seem, is a test of your resilience and a stepping stone to greater wisdom. Instead of resisting change or fearing potential humiliation, you can choose to see these moments as necessary disruptions that force you out of your comfort zone and propel you toward personal evolution. I recall a time when I had to give a public speech, despite my deep-seated fear of public speaking. During the presentation, I stumbled over my words and felt a surge of embarrassment that nearly paralyzed me. Yet, instead of allowing that moment to define me, I used it as a learning experience. I analyzed what went wrong, sought feedback, and practiced relentlessly until I could speak with confidence and clarity. That initial moment of discomfort ultimately became the catalyst for my transformation into a more resilient and effective communicator. The ultimate lesson of Stoicism is that your true worth is determined not by how others judge you, but by how closely your actions align with your core values. When you live authentically, without the constant fear of embarrassment, you unlock the power to lead a life that is true to who you are. The journey toward authenticity involves embracing every aspect of your past, including the embarrassing moments. These experiences, when examined through a Stoic lens, become invaluable lessons that shape your character and build your resilience. Instead of hiding your missteps, owning them allows you to grow and evolve. By rejecting the notion that your value is defined by external validation, you begin to measure your self-worth by your integrity and the alignment of your actions with your inner beliefs. This shift in perspective is liberating. It frees you from the endless cycle of seeking approval and allows you to forge meaningful, authentic connections with others. In my own life, I struggled for years with the fear of embarrassment, constantly worrying about what others might think of me. It wasn't until I began to confront these moments head-on, analyzing my reactions and embracing my imperfections, that I discovered a deep, unshakable sense of self-worth. That shift enabled me to live more freely and authentically, setting an example for those around me and attracting relationships that were based on genuine mutual respect. Marcus Aurelius and other Stoics offer practical strategies to overcome embarrassment and cultivate resilience. Here are some key techniques. Question your judgments. When you feel embarrassed, ask yourself if the feeling stems from a genuine flaw or simply from societal expectations. Shift your perspective. Instead of viewing an embarrassing moment as a failure, see it as a chance to learn and grow. Stay present. Practice mindfulness to keep your focus on the present moment, rather than ruminating on past mistakes or future worries. Meditation and breathing. Incorporate meditation and deep breathing exercises into your routine to calm your mind during stressful moments. Forgive yourself. Understand that mistakes are an inherent part of being human. Forgive yourself and use each misstep as a learning opportunity. Reflect and journal. Regularly reflect on your experiences through journaling to identify patterns and understand what triggers your embarrassment. Own your story. Embrace every aspect of your journey, including your failures. This builds resilience and empowers you to live authentically. Set personal goals. Define what is important to you and focus on aligning your actions with your true values. Embrace uncertainty. Recognize that growth often involves stepping outside your comfort zone. Evaluate risks logically and prepare yourself for potential setbacks. Learn from failure. View each failure as a stepping stone towards greater success, rather than as a permanent defeat. There was a time when I was terrified of public speaking. I would often replay every embarrassing moment in my head, letting self-doubt fester. But through deliberate practice, meditating, journaling, and slowly challenging my fears, I began to see each mistake as a lesson rather than a reflection of my worth. Over time, I transformed my anxiety into a source of strength, and my once cringeworthy moments became powerful reminders of how far I had come. This shift not only improved my confidence, but also enriched my ability to connect authentically with others. Stoicism is not just about managing emotions, it's about cultivating virtues that guide your actions and reinforce your inner strength. The key virtues include wisdom, the capacity to see things clearly and make decisions based on rational thought; courage, the willingness to face challenges and embrace your vulnerabilities without fear; justice, treating yourself and others with fairness and respect; temperance, practicing self-control and moderation in all things. By embodying these virtues, you create a strong internal foundation that makes external judgments irrelevant. Your self-worth becomes independent of the fleeting opinions of others, allowing you to live authentically and without the paralyzing fear of embarrassment. Ultimately, the Stoic approach to overcoming embarrassment is about living authentically, rejecting societal pressures, and embracing your unique self. When you focus on what truly matters to you, you free yourself from the need for external validation. Success, then, is not measured by how many people approve of you, but by how true you remain to your own values. By learning to see your embarrassing moments as integral parts of your journey, you begin to appreciate them for the lessons they provide. Each awkward encounter, every misstep, becomes a building block of your character, a testament to your resilience and your commitment to growth. I used to fear being judged for my quirks and mistakes. I'd often hide parts of myself, thinking that perfection was the key to acceptance. Over time, I realized that my uniqueness was my strength. By owning my story, with all its imperfections, I not only freed myself from the burden of shame, but also inspired others to embrace their true selves. This process of self-acceptance is liberating, and it's at the very heart of Stoic freedom. To truly overcome the fear of embarrassment and live with unshakable confidence, it's essential to integrate Stoic practices into your everyday routine. Here are some actionable steps you can take. Morning reflection. Begin each day with a few minutes of meditation or quiet reflection. Set an intention to approach the day with clarity and calm. Daily journaling. Write about your experiences, focusing on moments when you felt embarrassed and how you responded. Reflect on what you learned from those moments. Mindfulness practice. Throughout your day, take short breaks to pause and breathe. Use these moments to reset your mindset and remind yourself that your worth is not defined by fleeting opinions. Premeditation of challenges. Regularly envision potential setbacks or awkward situations and mentally rehearse how you will respond with grace and resilience. Gratitude rituals. End your day by noting 3 things you are grateful for. This practice shifts your focus from self-criticism to appreciation for the present moment. Engaging with Stoic literature. Make time to read the works of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus. Let their timeless insights guide your thoughts and actions. Embrace vulnerability. Share your experiences and lessons learned with trusted friends or mentors. This openness not only builds stronger connections, but also reinforces your own journey toward authenticity. Every morning, I start my day with a brief meditation to center my thoughts, followed by journaling about my intentions and any fears I might have. Throughout the day, whenever I encounter a moment of potential embarrassment, like stumbling over my words in a meeting, I pause, take a deep breath, and remind myself that every mistake is an opportunity for growth. In the evening, I reflect on what went well and what lessons I can take into tomorrow. This routine has transformed my approach to life, making me more resilient, self-assured, and at peace with my imperfections. Thank you for joining us on this transformative exploration of Stoic wisdom on overcoming embarrassment. Remember, every moment of vulnerability is not a mark of shame, but a chance to grow stronger and more self-aware. By embracing your true self and letting go of external expectations, you unlock the freedom to live authentically and confidently. If today's insights resonated with you, imagine what more you can discover on this journey toward inner resilience and personal empowerment. In our next video, we'll dive even deeper into advanced Stoic techniques for mastering your emotions and building unshakable confidence in every aspect of your life. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss the next step on your path to living fearlessly and authentically. Until then, keep embracing your journey, and remember, your true power lies in being unapologetically you.